Hey, on this week's edition of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers, we talk about an amazing first-year teacher home buying program available in Michigan. We also talk about generational issues with the unions, what was given away and what rights we still have. And then we end on an amazing story of a 29-year-old, not a teacher, a high school student. So, you're going to want to listen to figure that one out. Tune in to this week's Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. Hey everybody, welcome to Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. My name is Devin Siebold, and I've got my good buddy, Mr. James Yan. We are presented by Board Teachers. If this is your first time tuning in, I was a teacher for 13 years in Title I public schools down in Florida, and James has provided plenty of children to the state of Florida to teach, and they're currently in college.
Yes.
And you're battling that as a parental perspective is what you are for this show.
I am.
And also comedic relief. We're here to make you laugh and hopefully ease your work day as you head into school. Hopefully you're listening to this on the way to school. Rate us 5 stars. Don't forget, hit that share button. Let us know all about it. And don't forget to check out the comedy tour, Board Teachers Comedy Tour, currently on the road. You got to look me up. It's hysterical. I've got tons of new material. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Gotcha. On the road?
Yeah, on the road again.
Gotcha.
It's neat to be out there and making all the teachers laugh, and a lot of them go, man, I needed that. I needed it, and you did. I know you did, and that's what we're here to do. So it's a great show beginning to end. If you haven't seen it, come. If you've seen it, tell your friends, and then come as well, because I've got tons of new material.
There you go.
All right, now, one thing I want to talk about, because it kind of bothers me, all right? People sometimes are caught in this individualism, and I think it's kind of plaguing teaching lately, where everybody goes, it's not impacting me. Why should I care? It matter about other people. And I always had that problem. So we had, not really strong union membership. And a lot of the people that I found when I was a teacher that weren't in the union were people that had wealthy spouses or had money already, and they didn't have to fight for or keep their job. It wasn't like if I lose this job, it's over for me. It was if it comes and goes, and so there wasn't a lot of skin in the game. Now, I also find that in my comments, I had, for example, I'm not calling her out by name, but there was a lady in my comments who was a retired teacher. Who said that, she is a retired teacher. She loves our politicians here in Florida and doesn't understand what the big deal is. And I think that's one of those things where you're so far removed from the current situation, you are reflecting on your own situation. You're sitting there retired with a cushy check coming in that a union fought for you.
Absolutely.
And you are doing well. So people go, if I'm doing well, it's one of those like global warming, for example. People go, it's snowing right now where I'm at. So the rest of the world's got to be fine. And that's the mentality that we see.
I totally get it.
And one of the things that I think we failed to see is that this upcoming generation of new teachers is not given a good leg up to fight. We're not giving them gloves and a mouthpiece and putting them in the ring and giving them training, because we've already used the glove and the mouthpiece and thrown them off and said we don't need this anymore. And then they come in and have to fight our fight. And what I mean by that, the one thing that I always hated as a teacher, and I don't know if you know this, but Florida teachers cannot strike.
You did tell me that, and I did not believe it when you first said it.
Yeah, they cannot strike. It's against the law. They can't strike. Now, the reason they cannot strike is that they put that out as a bargaining chip decades ago. Decades ago, they said, if you give us what we want right now, in this moment, we will no longer strike. We are okay with it being illegal to strike. And
that's
the
huge.
Government said, yeah, okay, fine. and they got probably a great package deal at the time. Everybody's celebrating. But the issue is that when I join the union now,
Yes.
my bargaining power was reduced because of the concessions that they were able to make, or that they did make, years before I even became a teacher.
Let's be honest, you don't have any power.
You can't fight for what you want.
You teachers told people years ago, I will never stop working. No matter what you do.
Yes. But it makes me so mad that we can't reset that stuff. We can't rewrite the rule. It's one of those things where you go, other places can do it, and you go, yeah, well, the people before you messed that up for you.
Yeah.
So anyways, deal with it. And it's like, no, I don't want to deal with it. Why do I have to play by your rules that you created before I was even born? You know?
Only thing you guys can do now is quit. That's it.
But I just, so one of the things is these generational union issues. I don't think that as a union, and I don't know what other teachers think of this, I don't think we should make decisions beyond 5 years.
Okay.
I don't think that it should be allowed. I don't think we should be able to go, hey, we'll give away this, we'll give away that, we'll make this concession on this. Mm-hmm. But I think that it should be brought to the table. Our unions always meet at the table every year with the districts, which is fine, that's good. But every year it seems like they get weaker. And it's bothersome, it's worrisome, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking, but I just hate the fact that I'm held by a standard that was something that they could use when they were younger, but now I cannot.
No.
When these people that are long retired were in teaching, they got the results they wanted by using a tactic that is no longer available to me that they took out.
But you gave away your trump card. Like, that's the ultimate card, is I will strike. I will shut this business down. You know what you guys are in right now, teachers? You're in an abusive relationship. And you will never leave.
Yeah. Hit me as much as you want, but I'm not walking out that door.
That's right.
And that's the way we feel.
Oh.
It's like, stop. Don't give me that option. Leave the door open.
Gotcha.
Not only did they close the door, they took some, sealant, and they went around the edge, and they were like, just so you know, everybody's getting beat up if I do.
That's right.
And that's how we feel.
Oh, man.
So it's frustrating to see these problems that come through with teaching and the stuff that, one of the things that I talked about on my Facebook Live that I'll bring up here that I think should be actively fought against is that the governor's office in Florida.
Yeah.
And I know we talk about Florida and everybody goes, well, I'm not in Florida. Well, guess what? Our governor may be your president shortly.
Ooh, that's true.
Don't forget about that. Mm-hmm. The things that you go, oh, he's only doing that in Florida. Mm-mm. He may be federal very shortly.
There you go.
He's very much liked. I get that. I'm not talking down about him as a person, things he does. I'm not taking that political route. One thing, though, that he enacted that I think all teachers should be really worried about is in the state of Florida, school board elections. Future school board elections are to be partisan elections. On your ballot, you will now see Republican or Democrat, and they have to fight for those positions to be put on the ballot. Ooh. It can't be 4 or 5 people to choose from. You don't know if they're Republican. You don't know if they're Democrat. You have to learn who they are. It used to be forever that school board elections were nonpartisan elections.
Yes.
That's changing. And because they want more power.
Yes.
They want to be able to crush these teachers and these school boards and these unions, and they need the people that they think can get the job done in. That does 2 things. That first off makes it a very, very divided line. Yeah. People that would normally go, oh, he wants the best for the kids, I'm going to do that. Now we'll see a party that they will not vote for. And plus it will force people, because a lot of people don't vote on the names. When you get a ballot and it's an off-year election or even a regular year election, do you even vote on the judges to confirm them? You don't have to. A lot of people will skip over that because they don't know the person.
They don't know the people.
They don't have skin in the game.
That's right.
But when they see a party, now they feel like they have skin in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to vote for people that they don't know.
That's right, because people root for politics the same way they root for their favorite football team.
Yes.
So that's how they do it.
Yes.
So this is going to be problematic.
Yeah.
No matter if you like him or not.
Right.
This is going to be problematic.
Especially, if your politician is the Ravens, and you're going up against the Chiefs. I mean, you're like, well, there's diehard team fans.
Oh, no, it could get worse, sir.
That's who they are.
You could be voting for Cleveland Browns.
You could.
Yes.
You could.
Yes.
But I don't understand the politics behind it. But the second thing that it's going to do that nobody's talking about is it's going to bring in dark money. It's going to bring in money from the outside because now it's a party game.
That's right.
And
Lobbyist.
now party money is involved.
Yes.
Because if it becomes partisan, if you're running a partisan position, you get state funds now. Right. And not only that, but you get PACs. You get, people that are fighting. Oh, man, I don't even want to see the future of school boards. School boards are going to become the next power play.
Oh, that's right.
It used to be just a fun little, hey, you make $40,000 a year. You're not rich.
No.
You show up and now it's going to be bribes. It's going to be back table dealings. It's going to be charter school money being brought in. Hey, ship this money over to the private sector that's coming in from the governor. We'll throw you on some back-end deals. We'll give you your buddy can have the contract to build the new private school.
That's right.
That helps fund. It's oh gosh. It's I get so mad thinking about that kind of stuff. But that's the kind of stuff when people say stay out of it, stay out of politics. It's like it's coming to me. I'm trying to stay away from it.
I opened my door. It was knocking.
Yes,
absolutely.
It literally, it's turned. Politics is the Jehovah's Witness of the entire. I don't know. So yeah. All right. Let's go into the teachers in the news. We got some lighthearted stuff. I know it's been kind of stressful, but this one is a good one. There is a Florida teacher that has resigned after the sheriff revealed their explicit video chats with the inmate boyfriend during the school day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Were you in jail recently?
Yeah.
Florida teacher has resigned. The sheriff office uncovered and discovered that they've been engaging in explicit video chats with their prison boyfriend during school hours. When it says during school hours, it makes it seem like, okay, kids, take out your pen and pencils. I'm going to go in the back. And then all of a sudden, that's not the case.
Usually she takes off for bad grammar, but sometimes she takes off for her boyfriend.
I'll give you that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Blindsided me how good that joke was, too. This teacher apparently was doing this during school hours.
Yes.
However, it was in their private office, which, by the way, what school is this? Because you get a private office. Hey, I'm down.
Gotcha. I bet it came with a pencil sharpener.
Yeah, it probably did. Throwback to last episode. If you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
This apparently engaged in some interesting conversation, some undressing, and it hadn't been caught, by the way, until it had happened for a while. But apparently, at the prison, they were monitoring the videos. Who would have thought?
Oh.
Who would have thought they would monitor the video chats with the inmates? Mm-hmm. But apparently something got brought up and it flagged, and then they watched the old videos.
Oh, wow.
And then they were like, oh, those are, that's a school. Okay, all right. And so, yeah, some of these video conversations got a little out of hand.
I'm sure.
And, so, which, by the way, shout out to the dude in jail, because that's a cool. I mean, a lot of guys are lucky to get a baked cake.
Yeah,
you got all the
you
got the cake.
Yeah,
so I just thought that was pretty crazy. I don't know what's going to happen to her. She lost her teaching license, of course. She's
gotcha.
I don't know. The best thing that could happen to her is she gets put in prison. She's with him.
That's not how prison works, but okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a teacher who has filed a whistleblower lawsuit against the school district, okay? Now, this teacher apparently worked in special ed environment.
Okay.
And there was other counselors and things that were working with her. Mm-hmm. She observed something that was unsettling to her. Apparently a student, I don't know exactly, I read it, the description, the student was allowed to undress themselves in the classroom and was in a compromising position that was okay with a guidance counselor that was there or some sort of social worker.
Okay.
And the teacher felt uncomfortable about it, did the right thing, reported it, and apparently those two people, the guidance counselor and the social worker, were fired.
Okay.
So good, right?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
However, apparently this teacher has had retaliation just days after they were fired. She was let go.
Wait a minute. Who gets mad when someone reports something wrong going on with a child?
Interestingly enough, she was notified that she was suspended without pay pending an investigation where apparently she physically handled a student. And so you say to yourself, she's bad too.
Yeah.
The allegation, according to the suit, is that she put her hand on a child's head as they went under a hula hoop tunnel.
Oh.
James.
Wow, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
Yeah. So it's one of those things where you go, okay, so somebody got fired, was upset they got fired, reported something that was innocent and clearly not a violation, but then they have to suspend them and undergo the full investigation. It's one of those where you go, really? I mean, you get that complaint across your desk and you go, they put their hand on a student's head as they went into a hula hoop tunnel. Oh, they were trying to
make sure their head gets under them.
That would make common sense, right?
Yes.
Nope. Let's spend taxpayer dollars to do a full investigation.
Gotcha.
Can we measure the hula hoop? We need to make sure. Was it a red hula hoop or yellow hula hoop?
How long
is the hula hoop racist? That's what I would like to know.
How long was her hand on his head?
That's what I've got.
You got to tell us.
No. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's one of those things where, so apparently this teacher, rightfully so, has filed a whistleblower complaint because we have whistleblower laws that if you, obviously report something, you're not able to be retaliated against. This looks to me like textbook retaliation.
Yeah.
Morgan & Morgan for the people. Stepping in, done. Here's your check, ma'am. But who knows? All right, this next, I love this. I think more states need this.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about just a few weeks ago teachers being unable to afford the places that they live?
Absolutely.
And we said how wrong that was, that, teachers have to pay to live in San Francisco or New York City, Manhattan, and they can't. So they have to pay to live outside of it, which is even more costly because the transportation to get there, and it's exponentially
crazy.
Bad.
Yeah.
In Holland, Michigan, they have a new program, and this new opportunity is for first-year public school teachers to, quote, this is the program's name, live where you teach. And if you teach one full successful year and you commit to doing 5 years in that school system, you get a $25,000 check for your down payment on your home to live in your district.
Okay, now that's pretty good.
Bro, that's why do we not have this as a nationwide thing? Come on.
Now, what happens, this is just me, if you default on the job?
You default on your home?
Gotcha.
You are out. I don't know. I think you probably have to pay it back.
You probably do.
I'm sure. Yeah, 5 years it used to be like, 5 years, that's fine. And then after the first year, you're like, 4 more years? I don't know if I can do it. Do we need a home?
That's right.
That's the mentality. I mean, the curb's not that bad.
Hey, you like camping, don't you?
I do. Yeah. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. And what's funny to me, and we talked about at the beginning of this, it's in Michigan, one of the strongest union states for teachers. It's one of those things where you bargain, you fight for it, and look how teachers get treated in Holland, Michigan. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. All right, this last one is one of those that you just say, why? A 29-year-old New Jersey woman fraudulently posed as a high school student for several days after filing false documents with school officials. So apparently at this high school, this 29-year-old woman showed up, presented a false birth certificate, said, I'm a new student, and they gave them books and a class schedule, and they went to class.
Okay, first off, I have a question.
We all do.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Go ahead.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
The comments were the usual, trying to relive their childhood. Maybe it's they just want to go back. Maybe, maybe there's something deeper there, like a mental illness, or maybe they are into younger people. And
that's weird and creepy.
It is weird. 29.
29.
I mean, you've gone a few years of not being in high school. I think it's time to just let that one go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, next question.
Yeah.
Don't you need an adult to sign up for school?
Not when you're 29. You sign up yourself.
Okay. It'd be funny if she actually gave him an ID at 29 years old.
Yeah, my daughter was just in here. She looks exactly like me.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have signed her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I 29 years old.
Don't you need a parent to be there with you?
I don't know. Well, that's the thing is we have 18, 19-year-old students. I mean, technically they could sign themselves up. I don't know the process of enrolling, but apparently they realized, and this is the thing, the documentation was what set it off. So apparently she looks younger.
Yeah.
So bravo. Yeah. Maybe this is like a blogging thing too. Oh, you don't think my mascara works wonders? Well, let me pose as an 18-year-old.
There you go.
For 3 days.
Gotcha.
See, they didn't even notice.
They did not. Yeah.
It's like an undercover boss kind of thing, you know. But I don't know. I thought that was pretty wild to me. 29 years old and posing as a high school student.
The fact she got in.
The fact that she got in is commendable.
I'm both scared and impressed.
Yeah,
I am.
I'm telling you, the rectangle pizza brings people back, bro.
Fiestada.
Brings people back. But, you know, I wonder what it was like, what it would be like for an adult trying to enroll. What's that like for the teacher when they see a 29-year-old walk through the door? James, you want to engage in this little sketch with me?
I would love to.
Would you like to be the teacher?
I would love to be a teacher.
You are the teacher.
Okay.
I am the student. I am the older student. And the one that definitely shouldn't be there. You're on to me and scene. Go.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Class, now everyone welcome our newest student, Devin Siebold, senior. Wait, I'm sorry, senior. Don't you have to be a junior before you're a senior?
Well, I mean, I have juniors. I'm paying child support. I don't get to see him every day. At least not that child.
Okay, but I get the feeling you're a little older.
What? What would give you that impression? Hold on, I got a call coming in on my BlackBerry.
That for starters. You also are wearing a jacket that says class of 99 on it.
2099. I plan on getting 22 doctoral degrees within the next 80 years. It's a little ahead of its time.
Well, okay, and I also can't help but notice the gray hairs in your beard.
Yeah. So you remember when Anna got hit by ice from Elsa and she had the hair that's gray? It's kind of like that, but this was my parole officer in a taser.
Oh, wow. And why do I see your face in the yearbook from 20 years ago?
Oh, yeah, that's my identical twin. My mother had us 20 years apart. It was a long labor. Technically, I was born both on 9/11 and the anniversary of it.
Wow. I don't even know what that means. I received a note from the nurse that you had to go down at noon to take your osteoporosis medication?
My osteoporosis medication, yes. HIPAA violation, by the way, just to let you know. But I also have to leave early on Tuesdays for bingo night at the Elks Lodge.
See, like that, I really don't think you're truly a high school age.
What?
Why should I not call the police and have you arrested?
Because my AARP membership gets us 20% off all you can eat Applebee's boneless wings.
Fair enough. Here's your textbook.
Okay, we're in. I'm in. That's what it's like.
By the way, I would let you in if you would do that for me.
For that 20% off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the boneless wings are so good.
Gosh.
Aren't they? You got to get the honey sriracha.
Oh, I'm there with you.
I know. Mm-hmm. Anyways, James, 29. That
was great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers presented by Bored Teachers. James, where can they find you?
Please follow me on Instagram, James Yon Comedian. That's YON. I need you guys to follow me.
Yep, and I need you to follow me as well, all the way to the Bored Teachers Comedy Tour. Don't forget to check out those shows. I also got some other shows coming up in between. And don't forget, I do speaking at schools. Tons of it. A lot of it. So message me if you're interested in that for PD or keynote. Thank you so much for tuning in to Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. There might be a clip up there. There might be a clip down there. If it's got our face, if it's other people's stuff, come back. Don't click on that, But us, suggested things. That's us crying in my car. Devin Siebold, James Yon, Bored Teachers. Watch. New trailer for Indiana Jones. No, don't do that. Don't do that.